What's up, everybody? We are live on YouTube. We're going to do the crypto market update. And this is going to be the first, but there are tons to come. This is going to be the first of 2020. We're going to do this every Monday. If we're traveling, if we have any other commitments, that there's no possible way we could do this on Monday, then we're going to do it on Sunday or Tuesday. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I'm going to share this to my Discord for anybody who wants to watch. Actually, I need to go to our YouTube. This is just going to be 1 second, and I will get us started. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we need to get for some reason, our comments are disabled. I'm not sure, like YouTube had that crazy crypto ban, and now our comments are disabled. So we are going to get that fixed, but let's get started. So the crypto market's been moving up. If we're going to talk about the news, we're going to look more into technicals because I can spend all day with you guys talking about like some news, what the governments are doing, celebrities, and things like that. But we're just going to get into the technicals. I want to first look at the total crypto market cap. So this is every dollar in every coin. This is the total market cap. Our highest was, let's get my face out of here. Our highest was, no, that's not the highest. $759 billion. $759 billion. And then we got into this crazy bear market, and I wasn't expecting it to last this long, to be honest. As you can see here, I just drew some resistance, some support lines. I respected it very, very nicely. And I'm coming back to this to see that these lines were honestly respected nicely, because the last time I drew this was probably around here. And then you can see that it used this as resistance, and now it's using this as support. What I want to look at is where we're going this week, where we're going next week, and all that stuff, because it's good to know what direction where the direction of the market cap is headed, because if more money is pouring into the market, more than likely it's going to hit the top coins, maybe your favorite altcoin. What I'm looking for is this going to influence the price of Bitcoin? This is not intermarket analysis. We're just looking at everything we can. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to remove these drawing tools. So remove drawing, and let us hide these indicators. Actually, I'm going to keep the moving averages. I'm going to keep the moving averages because I think it's important. So when we're looking at trends, we want to look at basically large scale. Let's start with the month, because it's super clear when we're looking at bigger scale, like where the market's headed. You can see here that obviously it's going up. And when we started breaking down, this was a long time. When we're looking at market structures, we're looking for higher highs. So if I put this on the weekly, we're looking, this is a perfect one, higher high, higher low, then higher high, higher low, higher high. That's like an uptrend when we're following that market structure. But if we're like, and then you can see here that market structure broke. So we're now following higher low, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And this is where it's interesting, because now we've broken that market structure. This is the high, and look at where the high is right here. We have a higher high. We've broken this market structure. We've broken this market structure, and now we're moving up. Don't mind those lines. They might not be spot on. I'm just trying to show you guys something visual. Also, you can see that this is the 50-day moving average, and it's respected the moving average nicely at times. You can see here, if we go back in the past, that it's bounced and used this as support, and it's used it really nicely. You can see here as well, support right here. Support, like if you got a buy in here, I mean, this is the market cap, but you understand what I mean. Like this is using it as nice support, used it as resistance here. got rejected, resistance got rejected, and now you can see that it's using it as support, fell back down, and now we've came back on top of the weekly 50 EMA, and we're using that as support. Not only that, but we have broken this market structure, and the market cap is looking bullish. It's looking bullish, and I'm gonna go into why I'm doing this. So if we go into the daily now, we can see that this trend has been broken. This downtrend has been broken. We are getting higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low. This is a perfect test on the moving average, and now we're moving up. We're getting higher highs and higher lows. We also have, as you can see here, when the moving average, when the 50-day crosses over the 200-day, so when the lower moving average crosses over the higher moving average, you have a bull crossover, golden crossover, not a bull crossover. It is bullish, but it's called the golden crossover. So now that we have the golden crossover on the market cap, and we've broken this downtrend, and we're moving upwards, this is looking to me like more money is going to pour in, like more money is coming into the market. Just looking at these technicals. And as you can see here, this bull cross happened here. The golden cross happened here. It shot up crazy. Bull cross happened. Where is it? Probably happened somewhere here. And it was just super bullish for a long time. So we're getting the cross right now. Now let me go into what I think. I think we're going to see there's some dojis right here. So this is indecision. The market is in indecision right now. Buyers and sellers are kind of fighting to keep to kind of push into the direction, and it's not really going anywhere. We're seeing some dojis. And at a market top, it could just mean that depending on what candle's coming, we can see some downturn here. It doesn't matter that the golden cross is happening. It's usually if I'm going to trade a golden cross, I'd like it touching or being very close to the actual moving averages, but this is pretty far. So I wouldn't even be surprised if we come and see a little bit of retracement. Why do I think we're going to see a retracement? Because if we go to, let me just pull this up. If we go to the Bitcoin futures, we are seeing some gaps, and this is important to note because every gap ends up getting filled. Every gap, as you can see, I'm going to go into the past. We're going to start looking for gaps. There's a gap here. It was filled by price. What I mean by price is when the price is gapping up, usually rule of thumb is that the price will fill it in. So we saw a gap here, and it got filled in. We saw a gap here, and it got filled in here. We saw gaps here. It got filled in here. So let's keep going. Gap here, filled in. Gap here, filled in here. Some gaps, this gap right here on May 10th, 13th, it got filled in on the 17th. That was a few days later. So that's a rule of thumb, that gaps will get filled. And you can use this as an advantage. In a bull market, when price is going up, so this is in May when price was 6,000, this is bullish. This gap is bullish. And you can see that like price is just shooting up, another gap. And this took months for these gaps to fill out. We have a gap here, got filled out. And now these are two recent gaps. We have this one. This one's been almost filled. Let's take a look at this one actually. So the price here, the high price was 76.85, and the low price here was 77. Oh, there's a $20 gap right here. So that may get filled as well. But as we saw here, sometimes it took months, sometimes it took days. But this is why I am thinking that we're going to get a little drop, because we saw a gap. We're seeing a gap right here. You have the daily, the crossover as well. Also, I wanted to note with moving averages that once they're starting to point up, like the market's moving up, the direction of the market has changed. As you can see here, it's kind of working its way, and now it's pointing up. So we have two gaps here, 8,500 between 85.35 and 85.85. Then you have one at 82.55 between 82.20, about a $35 gap. Regardless of the size, I do think they're going to get filled. So this gap right here will get filled a lot sooner, I think, than this one. So this is why I really think I'm going to come down into the hour. And you can see that trading these gaps, it's very profitable, because once this gapped up, this retested as support, and it was like GG. It just flew from there. So if you notice this, these are buying signals. They're buying signals. 13%, 5x, 10x, 3x leverage. That's good money, man. That's really good money. You can see here as well. No retest on the gap. I do think this is going to get filled out. I think we're going to fill it out all the way. That's why I come back here. There's some dojis. I think the market has a chance to kind of pull back. We've seen gains on a ton of different coins, a lot of altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, like all the major coins are moving up. Even XRP is moving. So I think that maybe we'll get a pullback here, giving us the opportunity to fill these gaps. And I'd like to fill these gaps now, because if we fill them now or in the next 10, 15, 20 days, and we start moving back up, it makes sense coming right before the Bitcoin halving. But like, this is not going to make sense for us to fill these gaps in the next 2 months, 3 months, because the Bitcoin halving is going to be right around the corner then. And it's like, I don't think we're going to be that low at that time of date. I don't think we're going to be that low. So this was showing some weakness on the market cap, showing the gaps here. Bitcoin maybe slowing down. I'm going to get rid of market cipher. Bitcoin slowing down, hitting the top here on the daily. Not a top, but a resistance, of course. As you can see, it's trying to fight its way. This is my area that I think it could retrace to around this time of date in the February. We're in February, so I don't know when it's going to come, but this is my reasoning. As a trader, you got to kind of look at everything. Look at things that are not so obvious. Everybody has kind of the same technicals, but market seldom does what everybody thinks it's going to do. So it's like, most people think I might just follow this channel. I think we're going to get a retrace. I think we can come down here, and this is where I'm going to place my longs. This is where I'm going to re-enter, and I'm going to ride the market to the top. These, it's going to provide tons of opportunities, especially if we're pushing into the bull market before the halving, and you get some really nice longs in. It's just going to be really profitable. So we're going to be done with the crypto total market cap. That's where I really think the market's heading. I think we're moving up. It's clear. Market structure is broken. We're out of this small downtrend that we've created, out of this larger picture downtrend. And I think we're ready to move forward. Price-wise, top, I don't know how much Bitcoin's going to reach. I don't know where the market cap is going to reach as a total, but that's just kind of my reasoning. I think we are going to come down. We're going to fill these gaps, and then we're going to move up. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Same thing with Bitcoin almost. You have the downtrend right here. You're creating higher highs on the way up. This was like an amazing run from the 3000s, 2954. It didn't go that low. Yeah, 3100, and it started creating these higher highs. As soon as it broke this high right here, it just started moving up, and then we got denied. We started following this channel really well. I can just put another one right here. That's just a quick one. Following this channel just amazingly, as you guys can see. And then we kind of broke out of the channel, and we're trying to place higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But now we haven't actually broken the high point where we placed. So this is why I'm thinking like maybe we're getting the rejection here. What I do want to see is, yeah, we do get the pullback here, and then we make our way above this point. And then we're starting to really show a difference in market structure, like a different direction, because we're kind of like consolidating here. We got stuck here, and this is also not only the top here, but if you're looking at it in waves, this is the third 1, 2, 3. So we can have the A, B, C retracement, and then we work our way up. So that's just my thoughts on Bitcoin, where Bitcoin stands. It's to take a long or short position here. So I probably wouldn't. This is where you kind of would take your profits if you got in longs here, or maybe, yeah, scale back your position because there is a lot of consolidation happening here. If we look at the RSI, I just want to look at the relative strength index. You can see how oversold it was here. I just want to go into the hourly. That's what I think I was looking at. You can see that this is moving back down into the under or oversold from the overbought area. But as you can see, like, I wouldn't just take a seller buy signal just because it's an overbought. So you can see here it's overbought, even here it's overbought, and it's still working its way up in price. As you can see here, it's overbought and it's still working its way over price. It's like you're shorting a market that you know is doing really well. And I wouldn't just take it off this signal, but it's great for divergences. That's what I like using them for, to spot divergences, because I think those are really powerful. Let's take a look at Ethereum as well. Ethereum, very similar in my opinion. Let's go USD, Ethereum USD. On the daily. Did I have it on Bitstamp? Ethereum USD. Bitstamp, I think I did. Yeah. So huge run as well. Ethereum 1300 USD. We came back down. Just don't mind all these lines. Just testing some things. And same thing with Ethereum. Like, it's at the same exact spot as Bitcoin. Literally, this is what Bitcoin is showing as well. People are saying, oh, we have that's an ugly drawing. People are saying we have a cup and handle right here. And once we break this, usually this is how much it, this is usually how much it moves from here to here. Around the 250 mark. And you're seeing the same thing on Bitcoin. What I'm seeing is, like, we're just struggling to get over the high that our previous high from where we put in. So we got the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high right here, lower low. And now we're starting to move up. We want to break out. Everything's looking bullish. We didn't look at Bitcoin on, I'll go back to Bitcoin, but everything's looking bullish. This is kind of looking stagnant now. The move is kind of weakening, but I'm just not sure if we're gonna break this resistance. If we can break this resistance, it's a pretty strong resistance. Yeah, it's gonna start moving up. As you can see, we are coming down. So my analysis for BTC and USD in most of the market is I think we're going to see a pullback. And I do want to see a pullback to fill those gaps in, put those gaps behind us, and then we're just moving forward from there, literally. So on the monthly, you can see that this is a huge monthly candle going over the previous one, two, three, the last 3 months candle, which I like to see. This is a large candle. It's not as big as this, but super large like that. Here as well, you can see on the weekly, there's a lot of consolidation. This is kind of like finding support right here. It's finding support, a lot of consolidation here. You get the doji. I think this is a gravestone doji. Gravestone doji, not a dragonfly doji. You get the gravestone doji here, and then you get this large candle to literally confirm the move. So then it just started moving up as well. So on the weekly, it's bullish. On the TD sequential, you can see that's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully we go all the way to 6, 7, 8, 9. And we just keep moving up. That's on the weekly. The 3-day, this is where I put the support, similar as well. A lot of consolidation here. And this was a great place to get in. Obviously, it was like the bottom. On the 1-day, you come here, huge engulfing candle. You got the weekly 9, so this is a buy signal. And then on top of that, you have the huge engulfing candle, and you get the same thing here, a huge engulfing candle, and then it kind of blasts off. So that's just my quick update. These are going to get more in depth by every week we go. This is the first one, so like I said, every week it's going to get more in depth. I'm going to know exactly what you guys are looking for. I'm going to have a better like infrastructure for these. So we'll start with like the market cap, maybe some hot news. We'll go into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and some of the major coins, or maybe even some of the coins that did the best for the week. And then basically our thoughts, which I think we're going to get a pullback, and then we're going to move into the bull market. And that's me being positive. I think that's where we're headed. So I'm just going to be patient. I wouldn't get into a position right here. As you can see on the daily, like there's a lot of indecision here with this candle. This one shows me that literally the bears they're just pushing, man. They're pushing, and the buyers are losing grasp of this battle, the battle of Bitcoin. So as you can see here as well, it's like bulls are pushing, bears are pushing down. Same thing here. This is a large, this is a pretty big candle in favor of the bears. So I'm just kind of waiting patiently to see where this plays out. And that's about it, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. I'm going to get the comments fixed below. Make sure to, if you have any questions, reach out. So we include it in the next weekly market update. And that's pretty much it. Stay patient. Wait for the market to come to you and present an opportunity. Don't just, FOMO and get in here, because literally we can see a better confirmations, that the market's going to move up or the market's going to move down. But literally there's a ton of indecision here. And if you want to take a gamble, that's the place to take it. So definitely wait it out, in my opinion. Wait for some more confirmation, because you know what? Doesn't matter if it breaks up here. I am expecting a retest after anyways, and that's where we're going to get in. Or if we break down and we retest here. So we're looking to get into like a retest area from like a support resistance type of like trend line area. And we're basically trying to get in there. These are going to be like not the best spots, because if you got in here and it blows up, that was the best spot. But this will be the second best spot. And if you're buying all the way up top here, we've gotten better positions than you. So unless you've bought down here, we're going to wait for a really good position. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, reach out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next weekly market update. But stay tuned, because we're going to be doing more videos on the YouTube channel almost daily. Thanks again. I'll see you guys tomorrow.